built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes. They gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
No time for that loss. I pay for that cost. I'm in it to win. Shout out to Lambo for the vicious intro. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about today's episode. We got a little late one today. We normally got 7 p.m. Eastern time, but today we got 9 p.m. Eastern time on a Friday night. So this is Friday Night Lights episode. But look, we got to recap the game yesterday. Got some questions about that. Burrow got paid today. Got your not so average top 5 today. I'm excited to talk about that. But before we get into that, I got two of my bros with me. I got Davey Dollars with us and Mr. Get Done Son Tomo. How y'all doing, fellas?
I was about to be done something. I had my ringtone on. Hold on. Man. But I'm good. I'm here now. I'm focused. I'm locked in. Jalen Hurts voice.
I'm great. And you see no mic today.
Oh, facts.
So it's going to be on the popping today. It's going to be on the popping. Hey, Mahomes, I don't know what's up. I think you might need to ask to trade for another receiver. You might should have gone for DeAndre Hopkins a little bit more. It seemed like Tony forgot where his hands were. But we're gonna talk about that on the show today. It's Friday. You already know what time it is, Tomo.
I was about to say it's about that time. Everybody getting ready to go to the club or do something right now, so they gotta get
dressed.
Up. Yep, it's time to turn up. You're supposed to be on your way to the club, but we at the Refuse to Lose club right now, so we about to turn up in our own way. Let's get it.
Let's get it. I know you right now. You getting dressed, about to go out, and you got the thing listening in the background, right? Just make sure you pay attention because we're gonna say some good stuff today. But look. Before we get into the show, make sure y'all like this video on 3 different platforms. We are streaming this on Twitter /X, YouTube, and Facebook. Shout out to YouTube where the money resides. Shout out to Tom for saying it first. So make sure you do that. Make sure you like. Make sure you share the video on all 3 platforms and subscribe, follow on all 3 platforms. Use the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down throughout the show. We're going to throw them on the screen. Shout out to Teddy. All right, had an episode drop earlier. And if you have a super chat, it get bumped up to the front of the line. All right. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
Man, oh man. So I was sitting back and I was like, Thursday night football is back. You know, we did an episode and we ended it right in time, right for the national anthem. And it was like, oh, let's go. We also picked some teams. You know, we was like, hey, who gonna win that game? Me and Dave figured out we gotta change it from Smart Tech to Smart Tech ENT because you know it's an enterprise now. But Thursday night football, Jared Goff went out there and said, "Hey, I'm the new Eli Manning. I'm gonna go out there and beat y'all favorite GOAT and his hometown." So we might need to call that. Nah, I can't say that because I'm gonna say Jarro Head, but that's wild. That's wild. Not on a Friday evening. That's wild. So I'm gonna just go ahead and introduce this topic, man. We gotta talk about the main old Lions, man. So, are we sold on the Lions being a playoff team this season? And I'm going to start with you, Joe.
So, if you was on yesterday watching the show, I picked the Lions to lose this game. I came on and said, Mahomes is not losing this game. And they lost. All right, so get the Lions their credit. But after watching that game, because I did pick them to miss the playoffs, that game did not show me like, yeah, they're going to make the playoffs this year. They're going to make the playoffs. Now, what I know about this team is that they got an offensive line, they got a defensive line. All right, that's something we saw last year. Though last year they showed us that
they were strong at the defense and offensive line, and they showed us that again yesterday. So I'm not surprised about that. But a lot of things happen. Now the Chiefs did not get they did not convert on the third down off second half, I don't believe, and I mean, a lot of that had to do with drops, bad passes by Mahomes, But one thing I could say, even in the fourth quarter when they had a chance to ice the game, they didn't convert, So a lot of things happened in that game that could have went a different direction. But one thing I would say, they showed yesterday, with the help of the Chiefs, obviously, with them drops, what they showed yesterday is they finished the game. The Lions last year were in a lot of close games. But one thing they couldn't do was finish the job. Put the knife in there, like stick a knife in it. A lot of their games they won were by a good margin, or 2 possessions or something like that, or they had to lead the whole game. It was rare that they won last year in those close battles towards the end. At the end of the game, it looked like the Packers. If you remember the Packers at the end of the season last year, when at the end of the game the Lions just took over in the end of the fourth quarter and just kept running the ball, they just couldn't stop them. That last drive, last 2 drives for real. You saw the offensive line overpower the Chiefs defensive line. But I'm not convinced yet. I gotta still see more for the Lions. They got a lot of things to clean up, like Dan Campbell said, and we'll see going forward in the season.
Dave?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'm not too sure yet if they are a legitimate playoff team. Now, I will say this. They did win a game that a lot of people didn't expect them to win, even though that 2 of the Chiefs' best players were not on the field. Chris Jones, of course, because he's holding out due to a contract situation. And Kelsey, got hurt in practice a few days before, and then he ended up having to miss the game. So, but even with that, they still had Sky Moore, Isaiah Pacheco, Jerry McKinnon. So they had, and they had, Kadarius Toney. They figured that they had more than enough to be able to win that game, even with those guys being out. But I do like what the Lions have, though. I will say that, and Aiden Hutchinson is going to be a problem in this league because he pulled a double spin and definitely almost got to Mahomes and caused that to be a incompletion. That no matter what he's doing in that defense, he's making an impact. Whether he makes a play or not, he's making sure that everyone else in that defensive line and defense is actually doing what they need to do. And then, one of the additions, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, also had a good game yesterday. So they're doing everything. They have the pieces that they need to be able to make a run. And I think it's possible. I'm not saying that it's out of the question, but, yes, it did lose contain, but it was still, what I'm saying is he still did a good job in doing that double spin. But yeah, this team is definitely shown enough to where they're going to be able to be in some games. And that's without one of their best receivers not even playing due to a suspension. So I think it's going to help out along with those 2 running backs they got back there. So I think it's going to be nice, but yeah, I just want to see more. It's the first game of the season. Chiefs were down 2 of their best players. I just want to see more.
Okay, so for me, it's January 5th, 1992. We'll just throw this date out there. It's the last time the Lions won a playoff game. They went 12-4 that season. That was the 1991 regular season. So if people want to say the dates, that wasn't the year. But I'm going to say this.
My turn!
It's my turn. That's what the Lions are saying right now after they won that game. Look, I say yes. I picked this team to be, I think I had them second finishing in the conference or maybe third. But I got them winning at least 11 games. And last night was one of those games. Once I found out that Kelsey wasn't going to play, I said, oh, that's just exactly what they need because Jones is not going to be there, so they're going to actually run the ball. Funny thing about it is you would think the Lions lost 2 of their running backs to free agency, but they gained one in Montgomery, and they drafted another one, and you seen that 1-2 punch hit. And they were doing they hit the weak spot right up the middle. For some wild folks, it is Friday night, and that's what they did. They showed that they were built for it tough. A man came out, he said, this is a resilient team. We're built to handle some stuff, and that was what Campbell said. We saw it last year, Joe. I'm glad you brought up that Packers game because that's the first thing I was going to say is they kind of carried it over into the all season and brought it right to the Kansas City Chiefs front doorstep. They said, well, look, you don't have this, you don't have that. Boom. And I don't even think they were banking on the wide receivers dropping as many passes as they did, but it worked in their favor. One of them passes, the steel frame of Tony really looked like he caught the ball. And it's funny, it's like this turned into a pick six. Pictures really are worth 1,000 words because you would have never told me that turned into a pick six unless I seen the video. So I told you guys, Tubi was turning up in Detroit. Now the Lions are turning up. Get you some buffs, man, because it's going to be a long season. Also, CJ Garner, this player here, man, plays with a chip on his shoulder. Because when he left the Saints and went to the Eagles, he came with that same energy that he brought last night. Now look what he's doing with this Lions team, bringing that same energy. The Eagles ended up in the Super Bowl. I think they're going to miss something, but I ain't going to say too much. So, yeah, I think the Lions are ready to be that playoff team.
Yeah, he made plays, too.
He definitely did. Definitely did.
And, like, that energy, you need that as a team. You feel me? Like, the aftermath after the play is over, that yell. You saw him and Pacheco was talking.
Man, it was personal.
I'm telling you, man, like, and then after the game, he like, y'all disrespectful for going forward on 3rd and 25. I mean, 4th and 25. Like, he had a little ski mask on. You feel me? Like, the man is bringing some type of energy. Then that's what you need sometimes for a team like the Lions, who never, like you said, 1992, last time they won a playoff game. I mean, come on now. I mean, he went to a team and never won a Super Bowl in their life, and look what he did. Brought life. I mean, he only won one in their whole life. Brought life to the whole organization. So, but. Yeah, he's gonna be missing Philly though, for real.
Big time.
Yeah, he was a really good piece of that defense. Let's see what that replacement does now.
Are you talking about
they still a little shaky to me though. But I gotta see.
Yeah, shaky.
This is about the Lions. We ain't gonna talk about them right now.
You're right. This is about the Lions and Campo. Also, one more thing before we go to the next topic. This is one of them games that they're going to look back in the season and remember because the O-lines would have lost this game. They actually were staying in it. So shout out to Jared Goff for proving us wrong. It's funny we had a conversation about quarterbacks, Joe, and you were talking about Jared Goff. Look at him showing up.
Hey, he got a head coach that believe in him.
For real, they could have cut him last year and they kept him.
It means something. We all heard the stories about him when he was with the Rams. You know how he was not that smart of a quarterback, and they had to read him plays, let him know what's going on in defense. We remember all that. I feel like Jared Goff is out to prove something. And
you know what? That was probably true. But you develop in your career, you live and you learn. So and you can see the progression of him. And what Carl was saying about him and Jalen Hurts comparison. Looking a little good, when that Kevo and Carl debate, that's all I gotta say, So, but shout out to Jared Goff. He balled out. He's 2-0 against Mahomes, by the way. Shout out to Tomo for that.
He 2-0, and we about to be 3-0 because we got some shows we need to tell y'all about. Take this little commercial break. Take it away, Joe.
All right, man. We're gonna run through these things, man. We got 3 different shows, y'all. Three different shows outside of what you're seeing right now, man. This is not a Refuse to Lose show. This ain't a Refuse to Lose podcast. This is a network. And the first show that we're going to show y'all is BWT, Baseball with Teddy. If you are a diehard baseball fan, I'm a baseball fan, or I want to learn about baseball, BWT is where you want to be. I was talking to somebody today, big Nationals fan, by the way, Tomo and Dave. Met a Nationals fan today, right? Big baseball fan. His goal is to go to every single park. And I was like, man, you got to tune in to BWT. He said, I got you, man. So make sure y'all tune in. Teddy knows his stuff. He predicted the Yankees going to win 10 straight. They're looking pretty good so far. I saw them Tigers lose 6-0 just now, but they ain't nothing to do with this right now. But shout out to BWT. Make sure you tune into that. Speaking of the Tigers, we got Carl, CTC, Carl Talking College. Man, Carl just dropped a whole episode 2 days ago about the whole preview of week 2. All right, we all know week 1 was a lot of fireworks. Dion winning, LSU and Florida State going at it. You got to upset Duke upset it team. So a lot of stuff happened, and Carl covered all that, and he gave a preview for 18 games, right, for week 2, and we got a big one in week 2. We got Colorado versus Nebraska. So I'm pretty sure you want to hear what Carl got to say about that. Make sure you tune in for that one. All right. And he also got a show coming out tomorrow morning around 11 a.m. So make sure you got to tune into that.
Don't forget about
Lastly,
Miami, Texas A&M. That's this weekend too.
Okay, you gotta throw your team in there. I got you. throw it up. There you go. All right, cool. All right. And lastly, we got FFC, fantasy football with Coach Combs. Man, this dude right here, man. I like what he's doing. He's getting the people involved. He's asking you, hey, send me your roster. Send me your roster on your fantasy league, and I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna be honest with you in your grade. All right. He been giving some one-on-one coaching to Teddy or something, because every time I look up, he's talking about Teddy roster. All right. So make sure y'all tune in to that. He just dropped the episode today. It's streamed at 4:30. Another good episode. And Coach, I'm not walking that doghouse. They're probably stinking there, man. You got a lot of people in that thing, So I ain't trying to go in there. So shout out to Coach Coon with FSC. Tomo, floor is yours.
Hey. All I'm gonna say is, being in that doghouse is not fun. That was another electrified episode by Coach, man. And trust me, personally, Coach made me go back and do some waiver wires. So yeah, shout out to Coach. But we got to bring it back to
my bad, my mistake. CTC is Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Tomo.
First thing Sunday morning. Make sure y'all check that out. CTC, Colorado Tomo College. That's what we're talking about. Shout out to you, Carl. But we're not in Kansas anymore. You got to click your heels. Mahomes want to click his heels 3 times and wish he was home. And he actually was at home. It seemed like the house landed on him and Andy Reid. Eric the enemy. Y'all can say what y'all want, but that game didn't look too good as far as play calling. So for this one, man, we're gonna do the flip side. Are the Chiefs in trouble after their loss to the Lions? And I'm gonna start this one off, fellas. All right. So I got a few questions. You don't have to answer it right now. I'm gonna just throw them out there. Will Kelsey be back? Will Tony find his hands? Will Chris Jones get his money? Find out on the next Dragon Ball KC. All right. No. The Chiefs are not in trouble, man. The Chiefs are not in trouble. Everything that went wrong that game. Everything that went right for the other team. Literally. 5 targets, didn't catch not one of them. Sky Moore, all the passes looked like they was either in the sky or maybe he needed to jump a little more. Something like that. We don't know. Yes, the Lions were able to run the ball. There was also a lot of pressure on Goff. So Chris Jones not being there, they were still finding their ways to get to Goff. There weren't a lot of sacks in that game as far as on him, but there were some big hits that Goff had to take, and he stood in the pocket and threw them passes down the field. Yes, the Lions made some big plays on 3rd down and 4th downs. Mahomes also made some key throws as well. Balls they just didn't catch them. That's not his fault. The ball was there. Put your hands up. That's what the jugs machine is for, man. Y'all need to go back out there. No hands. They was out there. Never mind. I don't want to do that. We might get canceled. Yeah. But like any other team, things got to get cleaned up because of that eye in the sky. So they're going to go back, watch some plays and be like, hey, we could have did this a little better. Maybe we need to call that instead of trying to act like Kelsey is there and treat other people like Kelsey. Let's not do that. Let's actually call the game that fits the players that we have on the field. And that's what Mahomes was trying to do. Also, that right tackle that was lined up so far back, like a fullback, we're going to figure that out at some point too. Because if we can do that, I think we need to all adapt to that. Save us some left tackles, Maybe Bosa won't get that large contract. But, hey, he's still going to find a way to get to the quarterback. So for me, the Chiefs are okay. This is just like when NFTs came out and everybody was like, oh, you need to get one because it's the wave. Or Dogecoin was going crazy. We all going to see the wave and run at it the first week. And then next week, we're going to look back and be like, were we really supposed to be saying this? I think they'll be okay. So, Dave?
Yeah, I think they'll be okay too. I mentioned this before. Their 2 best players on the team, other than Mahomes, were both out. They've been having the issue with Chris Jones the entire offseason about his contract. He wants to be the highest paid D tackle in the league. So, he's not there. He said he's willing to sell until week 8. So we'll see. But even with him being out, the defensive line didn't look bad. Did not look like it missed a beat much last night. So, I think they should be fine. As Carl just commented just right here, thank you, Carl. I was literally just about to say this, but I guess I can say it now since you put it out there. She started 2 or 3. I think it was either 2 and 3 or 3 and 3. Just two years ago, made the AFC Championship game. So I mean, are they in trouble? I would say no. And it's not like Kelsey's going to be out the entire season. He just happened to miss this game. They said he was close to playing in the game. They just, figured they sent him out the first week. Don't want to rush him in on a Thursday night. It's fine. It's fine. So he'll be. I think for sure if this game was on Sunday, he would have played. I think he would have played if this game was on Sunday. So I'm not too worried about it. They lost the game by 1 point. Now with the schedule that they have, if they start to lose some of these games, then I'll say that they might be in trouble. Because they have the Jaguars next week. They're going to Jacksonville, so that could be a good telltale game because that's another playoff team from last season. Sunshine got Calvin Ridley now, so who knows how that's going to be. Then you got the Bears. A lot of people in the chats are high on the Bears, so we'll see exactly what these Bears are going to do. Then you got the Jets, the Vikings, and then the Broncos after that. So if you go out of this, let's say you go 4-2 within these games, then you're fine. Even if you go 3-3, I think you're okay. But now I think it's different if you're like 1-5 or like 2-4. Then if that's the case, then yeah, I would say they're in trouble. But after one game, no, I don't think they're in trouble. I think they should be fine.
No.
All right. So look, the Chiefs are a type of team that they don't need everybody on their side. They don't need everybody rooting for them. They don't need that stuff. They like being the underdog. Even not, what I mean? Like people expect the Chiefs to win. It's kind of like the Mayweather effect. You know Mayweather gonna win, but you go to want him to lose, right? And that's the thing the Chiefs need, like for them to keep their psyche clear, like their psyche at the right spot to actually, win these games basically. And that's how a lot of these ghosts are. Tom Brady's like that. A lot of these winners. I mean, we heard Michael Jordan. He's just makeup crap in his hair just to get. So Shaq made a whole line in his head and said David Robinson dissed on him. He was a kid, and David Robinson, nicest dude in the NBA. Right? So that's the type of team the Patriots are. So after that loss, I know Mahomes saw those memes. He leads the league in interception. He leads the league in this. He leads the league in that. You don't think he see this stuff? You don't think he saw Tomo trolling him in the chat? You don't think he saw that? Right? So Mahomes going to bounce back. He even said, I feel embarrassed. I like that. He said, I feel embarrassed every time I lose. He had Kadarius Toney back. And he's right. Kadarius Toney. He said, they said about Kadarius Toney. He said, man, I trust him. He didn't have a full training camp. He missed most of the training camp. He's been hurt. And he fought back from injury very fast. So there's no worry. It's still confident in his team. And look, the defense looked really good without Chris Jones, right? Without the guy in the middle. And at times, the Lions did look like they were manhandling the D-line right up the middle. But the Lions, what? The Lions was 5-15 on third down. They couldn't convert either. They were 5-15. The Chiefs were 5-14. The Chiefs defense did better than the Lions on third down. So I'm like, if you're a Chiefs fan, don't panic. All right. And then look, with the drops, right? You know what's crazy, y'all? Last year, the Chiefs, right? They only dropped 4.5% of their passes. Yesterday, it was 13.5. I mean, 3 times worse, more than 3 times worse than all last year. That's how bad it was. And they lost by 1 point to a team that everybody says is gonna be a juggernaut in the NFC. So, in the words of Aaron Rodgers, relax. All right, just relax. Everything's gonna be okay.
Or like Young Thug, relax.
No, for real. When you got a quarterback like Mahomes who can figure it out, man, come on, man. You gotta relax. Like, take it easy.
This man he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. He's been to the Super Bowl 3 times his entire career.
And David, they still almost won on that 3rd and 25. Sky Moore, catch the ball, bro. That was a perfect pass. Right. On that 3rd and 25. They still almost won.
Nope. You know what he was like? More at Kids Sports. They didn't save more. That's what happened on that one, man.
Just like shout out to Jerry. You need to change his name from Sky Moore to something. No, golly, you need to be your name. Get more in the sky, man. Get that ball,
man. Make it happen or something. But They'll figure it out, man. He definitely gonna go back to the huddle and talk to him a little bit. But the same way we all gotta get the same way he gotta get back in the huddle and regroup. We need you all to regroup. Get in the huddle and regroup as well, so you can join these chats. Hey, take it away, Dave.
You hungry, Tomo? I'm here talking about griddles and stuff.
I'm good, man. I had to handle something in the background right quick. I'm still calming down from that.
I got you. Oh man. These IG chats have been the NFL chat has been going crazy. Joe, you did this on purpose yesterday, and I feel like it's just going to continue to happen because for all you that don't know, you want to stay tuned for the end of the show because it's gonna be funny. At the end, it's gonna be funny. We got people in chats getting nicknames now. We got somebody in a decoration. Like it's
his name Decode now.
Exactly.
Whatever the spell check changes to, that's gonna be his name.
Exactly. It's getting hilarious, man. But y'all want to get in on these chats, man. The news broke out yesterday about Joe Burrow getting his contract. Who broke it out? Moi. 5 years, $275 million. I also broke down the taxes that it's going to be, And for all you guys that don't know, when it comes to his contract, he's only going to be getting $29 million a year out of that $55 million that he was given. So,
still, that's a nice little.
My thing is, where else are you going to hear this at? I don't know, but you would have if you would have joined the chats. So we got NBA mixed in with the WNBA. Shout out to Sabrina, who actually broke the record for most 3-pointers made in WNBA history. So shout out to you. Doing a great job out there. NFL, like I just mentioned the NFL. Shout out to Coach Coombs, who's been doing all the fantasy takes, doing FFC fantasy football with Coombs. So make sure you tune in with that. If you want some good fantasy, information, or even if you want some passionate entertainment, when it comes to fantasy football, tune in to FFC. Trust me. You ain't gonna find a fantasy football show that has this much passion. And look, he had Obama. I gotta keep saying this. He had Obama on there. He had Trump in the comments. He even had Gandhi come on there. How Gandhi got on YouTube, I don't know. I don't even think Gandhi even knew what YouTube was when he was alive. So I don't know. But hey, make sure you tune in. Then after that, we got college football. Shout out to Carl, who's also been in the comments. He has a show coming Sunday morning, so make sure you tune in to that. He has CTC, Carl Talking College, like Joe was talking about before. Tune into it. That's all I can really tell you, because I can't tell you enough how much this guy loves college sports and knows the game. So he broke down 18 games for the preview for week 2. Make sure you tune into it. And then we got the boxing chat, mixing with UFC and WWE. Tomo, the stuff we used to watch in WWE back then, we should not have watched.
Man.
We ain't watched, but we did, and honestly, I don't regret it
at all.
I don't regret it. But hey, y'all gotta get on these chats. If you want to find out how you get in these chats, you have to wait until the segment. So that's it for me.
Let's get it.
Take it away. Let's get back to thanks for that commercial break there. But we got to talk about something that's going to be very controversial. I feel like this episode was late for a reason, and Joe already knew why. So we got to talk about, some would say, that music era where Soulja Boy and them came out. It was the snap music, but it was really the ringtone era. And that's what we got with these young quarterbacks now. They're reshaping the game. The old quarterbacks is like, back in my day, I used to stand in the pocket and throw the football. Now you could be a mobile quarterback and make things happen. Some will call you a running back if you did this too much. But these three guys reshaped and reset the quarterback market as far as getting paid. Hurts, Lamar, Burrow, all signed their big deals. Some would say they were team friendly. We really don't care about that part about it. We just want to see you play football because we're fans here. So we got to ask the question, since you got your payday, you know, you hit your mega millions or your mega billions in some cases, if the money is managed right. Who will be the first to deliver a Super Bowl out of these three quarterbacks? And I'll give you the three quarterbacks again, just in case you weren't listening. That's Jalen Hurts with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's Lamar Jackson with the Baltimore Ravens. And that's Joe Burrow with the Cincinnati Bengals. So out of these three quarterbacks, which one will deliver a Super Bowl first? I see you over there thinking, Joe, but we starting with Dave.
Who wins a Super Bowl first between these three? Two of these quarterbacks have already been, and they've lost. From what I remember and what I've seen, is that the last 17 quarterbacks that went to the Super Bowl have not gone back. So my thing is, are two of these quarterbacks even going to get back? We don't know. All I know is, from my prediction, I have neither one of them making it to the Super Bowl this year. So I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson is ready. He has what he needs around him. And as people will say, he has no excuses now because he has weapons. Now, unless injuries happen, we know that's one thing. But we're talking about fully healthy, you know, and even not been fully healthy, but let's just say the majority of the team is healthy throughout the season. I believe the Ravens have the best chance with Lamar Jackson to be able to make and win the Super Bowl. Like I said, history has already said the last 17 to make it there ain't gone back. I can name them. You know, you got Jared Goff, you got and this is not the last 17. So let me rephrase it. The last 17 to make it there their first time and lost.
There we go.
Have not made it back. Because remember, Patrick Mahomes, his first one he won, and then he lost one against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, and he went back and won one last year. So, but Jimmy Garoppolo was one of those that went to there and lost. There was Joe Burrow, like I said. Jalen Hurts was another one. There was Jared Goff. Jared Goff got there, lost. There was someone else I had in my Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan got there first, lost, didn't go back. So it's for me, with history and with what the Ravens have right now, I believe the Ravens will. Lamar Jackson will be the first out of those three to actually make it and win the Super Bowl.
Joe?
David, stop looking at my notes. So look, David's right. I'm going with Lamar Jackson. Y'all, for multiple reasons. Number one, David's reason. The last 17 quarterbacks that lost their first Super Bowl hasn't made it back to the Super Bowl. All right, and that's including Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts. Well, Jalen Hurts never had his opportunity yet, but yeah, we'll see. But Joe Burrow hasn't been back since. All right. Also, another thing, Lamar Jackson. If I look at any quarterback that can go toe to toe with Mahomes, no matter who's on the field, it's Lamar Jackson. I know Joe Burrow beat Patrick Mahomes twice or 3 times, you say, right? I understand that. What I also know is he has the 3 number 1 receivers as his quarterback. I mean, as his 3 number 1 receivers on his team: Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. Not taking nothing away from him, but Lamar Jackson never had a number 1 receiver on his team ever in his life. Last time he played Mahomes, who won that game? Lamar Jackson. Who has the second highest winning percentage behind Patrick Mahomes on the active players? It's Lamar Jackson. Another reason is this: to win a Super Bowl, you have to have a great defense, right? Your defense got to hold up at the right. Either you're gonna have a great defense, or they're gonna hold up at the right time in the playoffs. Since Lamar Jackson's been in the league, look at this. Look at the Ravens, y'all. Since 2018, the Ravens were 6th in points allowed. 2019, 1st in points allowed. 2020, 1st in points allowed. 2021, when they were injured like crazy in the offseason, they were 19th, but Lamar still had him as the number 1 seed before he got hurt.
Let him cook now.
because I'm a comes from the Ravens. Like,
yeah. Bring that feeling back.
All right. So in 2021, right? 2021. 2022, they were 8th in points allowed, and last year they were 1st in points allowed. So one thing I know about the Ravens, they're gonna always points. No, hold on.
We were 1st in points allowed.
Okay. My bad. Hold up. Okay, my bad. They were 3rd. My bad.
That hit him like Nick Bosa. Like a Nick Bosa. He's like, hold up.
My bad. Sorry about that. All right. So my whole thing is, what's this? My whole thing is, the one thing about the Ravens, they keep a great defense around Lamar Jackson, and they keep a good running game. Now they're adding the passing weapons to the situation. Man, listen, man, I'm a big fan of Lamar Jackson. I like Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is he's the 2nd best quarterback in the league. I'm gonna give you that, right? But that's that, man. 17-year-old Tomo. I know who you got. 17-year-old Tomo. So I'm going with L-Jack. Lamar.
Why y'all do this, man? Why y'all do this? We supposed to have been over there. We supposed to find ways to find different angles for these debates. And then you ask this question, and we set up him like, well, history say 17, right? 17 quarterbacks, right? Also, I just want to throw out there. I'm glad y'all threw out the quarterbacks. Let me throw out the teams. Only 8 times in 55 years has a team that lost the Super Bowl returned to play again the next year. That's the 71 Cowboys, the 72 Dolphins, the 73 Vikings. Look at the year I'm talking about. The 87 Broncos, 91 through 93 the Bills. Remember that? They had a good run. They couldn't win one, but they helped the NFC East. That's why we where we at, Joe. Shout out to the Bills.
Went to 4 straight and lost all 4.
Hey, I ain't mad. Joe, don't shake your head because you got one from the Bills. Y'all got one.
We got one too.
Look, all three of us. Thank you to the Bills.
I love it.
We need to brace on the Bills. Go ahead.
You did though. Probably was that 91 or 92 team that Jerry keeps on? I'm just saying. But and then the 2018 Patriots. Like that's the most that's we can say we can go back and watch that on YouTube without trying to. We can watch it probably in like 720p. We can watch that one. Everything else is like 360 or 280. Anyway, the hangover continues. Joe Burrow tried to do it, but when he got to the CVS, they was all out of Pedialyte and Advil, so that hangover is still there. He's still suffering. Jalen Hurts, he did his thing last year. He did something that most people really didn't think he could do. But is he really going to get back? This is really a prove year. They're like, can you do it again? There's also another thing that I just want to throw out there for our Jalen Hurts conversation, right? He's now under more pressure in his career than he's ever faced. Because technically, before that, everyone was just saying, can he do it? Now that he has done it, will he be able to do it? I was sitting back, I was like, so if you fell down 2 stairs, like you just tripped over and came down the steps, you like, that hurts my knee. But if you got pushed off a roof, you think you're going to break something? But right now, Jalen Hurts is on the roof. He was on the steps last year. Now he on the roof. Now, if you get pushed off this roof and you can't stand up like cats, like they fall on their feet, if you don't fall on his feet, everybody can be like, man, I told y'all. So we're going to see how he can deal with pressure. But out of those 2 quarterbacks, one of them has the most pressure since he came in the league. He's supposed to have been a wide receiver. And y'all know I'm mad y'all picked him too. So I'm saying Lamar going to get one too, man. I say all that to say this. Now, out of the 3 quarterbacks, I know we all say that Lamar Jackson has the best defense, right? But the best situation is Jalen Hurts. Because how are we going to go make his team? He going to go do what it do for his team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to sit up here and say all this, but I'm still going with Lamar. Because a little bit of fandom, but because I really don't know about that Eagles team. Like they got all the way there, but when the pressure really hit, and I said this on the panel, what happened? That defense folded. They started making up excuses about how the field was slippery, like another team wasn't over there scoring with them. So can they really do it? And then they lost all those key pivotal pieces. We just talked about CJ and how he was a pivotal piece in that secondary. That's 6 interceptions that you can't get back. Hargrave, that's what we had, like 6, 7, 8 sacks. You can't get that back. Jalen Carter is there, but is he going to be proven like Hargrave? So For me, I'm going with Lamar. He finally got his weapons. Unanimous MVP. He did it with no players around him. And the Ravens are in a division where he can really show and prove it. I picked him as third to finish in that division. They can always prove me wrong because predictions are, like I said. Matter of fact, let me address one more thing before we go. I did pick the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl and beat us. I did do that, but that was a prediction. And predictions are nothing but like dressed up words. It's just a dressed up version of guessing. That's all it is. All right. So don't hold my feet to the fire because I picked them to go and win. And I'm saying Lamar gonna get one before them. All right.
He really think the Cowboys gonna win. He doesn't want to say it, so you had to say the Bengals.
I mean, come on now.
That's what it is. Yeah, he didn't want to be like Michael Irvin. I told the God, and he gave me a revelation.
And that's funny though. I did not watch that show, and when I looked up, I said, no, he didn't just pick the same teams. Oh, this is about to get ugly.
I watched this one with Michael Irvin now. But yeah, so L-Jack, man. I got L-Jack. Let's go.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with L-Jack, man. He gonna show and prove it. But
you doing the SAT day?
he texted Brock Purdy.
Oh, he was on the 17 quarterbacks.
He on mute right now.
You got the 17 quarterbacks for us? Let's hear it.
No. I ain't got all 17.
Oh man. But I'm glad we're still in the realm of talking about quarterbacks, man, because we got to bring back one of the segments that we also talk about as far as being a member. You got to talk about that not so average top five, not your average top five. Joe, spotlight on you, man. We're going to take a back seat.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while since we did this. Whoa, I forgot we did this part too. All right, look. So, there we go. Forget it. So, look. Welcome back to your not so average, not your average top five. All right. We're going to talk about the top 5 quarterbacks in the 2023-2024 season. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Shout out to AJ. All right. The top 5 quarterbacks with the most pressure this season. So, number 5. Y'all going to be surprised. But Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is number 5. All right. And he's at number 5 for a special reason. The reason why he's number 5 because his main thing was Lamar doing this with no weapons. He ain't got no receivers. He ain't got this. Greg Roman's the bad offensive coordinator. This is not. Now, I just said that he will be the first one to win a Super Bowl, but now he has receivers. He has OBJ. He has Zay Flowers. He has Bateman still. He has Aguilar as a 4th-string receiver. He also had J.K. Dobbins, who's healthy this year. Gus Edwards, right? He got an offensive coordinator who's pass happy. And he got a top defense. So now the Bengals been running the show. What I'm hearing is the Bengals been lucky the last 2 years because Lamar haven't been around. Well, Lamar got paid. He's happy. Everything has been handed to Lamar. Everything he asked for, he has it. So now he has to take it to another level than what he's been doing. Meaning, we're not talking about regular season. He might win another MVP, but is he going to make a playoff run, a deep playoff run? Because if he don't, oh, yeah, it's going to be a lot of pressure on that bad boy, all right? So, number 5. Number 4. Can somebody do it for me? Number 4. Russell Wilson. Tua Tagovailoa. Now, also for a different, they look alike. Also for a different reason, all right? Tua is approaching the last year of his contract. Tua is due for an extension, but did Miami extend him? No. And the main reason Miami didn't extend him because he had 2 concussions, 3 for real. We also the 3rd one, but 2 on record. And every time he had a concussion, obviously, when you get concussed, you can't see things straight. Say, ding, all right? And he looked horrible. I mean, I remember in the Packers game, he looked brilliant the whole game. And then, boom, he gets sacked, bumped his head, and they say, no, he looking like Aguilar as a quarterback. Not Aguilar, he looking like Kadarius Toney as a quarterback. I mean, the opposite version of Kadarius Toney as a quarterback. So, if Tua gets hurt again this year, his season, or career, I should say, with the Miami Dolphins, or as a starter NFL quarterback, might be over because people might not be willing to take that risk. All right? So, I have Tua at number 4. At number 3, This is no surprise. Can somebody do it for me? All right. And number 3, Russell Wilson. Come on now, Russell Wilson, y'all. Russell Wilson's in a situation when it's like, all right, we gave you the bag. All right, new ownership got happy. Oh, let's go get a quarterback. Let's go get somebody. All right, go get Russell Wilson. Go pay over $200 million. You get a coach that that got Aaron Rodgers two MVPs, and guess what happened? You look like the worst quarterback in the NFL. Your defense had the #1 red zone defense in the NFL, but it didn't mean nothing because you had the worst red zone offense in the NFL. You got receivers at the end of the game looking at you like, what you doing? All right, kind of like what I used to do my man Dre when he used to throw the ball to me. All right, so Russell Wilson, you got to have a good year. We're not telling you to be MVP caliber. We're telling you have to have a good year. You can't be bad. If you be off for this year, I don't care how much you making. Sean Payton gonna get them scissors and he gonna snap it like it's a track race. All right. So my whole thing is you're gonna have to perform this year, and if you don't, you're gonna lose your starting job. And I don't know who'll be willing to pick up that heavy contract of yours and trade for you like a trade line. All right, heavy contract of yours and start you as a QB. All right. So I don't know, Russell Wilson, you got bought out. At number 2, we got. Oh yeah, I'm gonna like this one. The LJA is gonna like this one. Oh, what happened? All right. Oh, look at Bill Mafia trying to stop this. All right. Josh Allen, man. Josh Allen is definitely number 2. I mean, Josh Allen was horrible in the playoffs last year. Horrible. We talking about receivers yelling at you in the end zone. How about your receiver at your face yelling at you? We talking about Stephon Diggs, we talking about a guy who gets the most targets of anybody outside of Cooper Kupp in the NFL. I mean, he's getting targeted the most, and he's still yelling at you. Something gotta be deep. Something gotta be wrong with that situation. Josh Allen has been crowned next to Mahomes. Going into last season, he was ranked the #1 quarterback. Did y'all know that? And then guess what happened last year? He go against what's his name? Skylar Thompson, Miami Dolphins, who lost 6 of the last 7 games, skating into the playoffs, and literally almost lost that game. 2 turnovers, 2 ugly turnovers in Buffalo. And then you squeeze past that game, and you go against Joe Burrow, who everybody's hyping you up, but they should have been hyping him up. All the praise Josh Allen was getting next to Mahomes, it should have been towards Joe Burrow. And what Joe Burrow do at your house? They brought you to Buffalo because you got that strong arm that can throw through the wind, that can throw through the snow. But just like Aaron Rodgers in the snow, whatever, you always fold, man. You've been folding lately. So if you don't get your act together, guess what? Your best receiver, boom, is out of here. Peace. Kind of like what I'm about to do right now. And number 1, and this is probably the only time you will see this quarterback #1 on the QB list, is Dak Prescott. You don't want to do it. I got you. That's cool.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott clearly has the most pressure in the NFL this season. Number 1, I'm not about to break down how he stunk it up in the last 2 playoffs against Davis Bang Bang Night game and against the Philadelphia Eagles on a critical game to get you to the playoffs. I'm not even going to bring that up. What I am going to bring up is, on top of that, they went and got another quarterback without talking to you and without talking to your head coach. Everybody keeps saying, oh, he the owner. He probably didn't tell nobody that. I mean, he moves so fast. I've never seen a transaction so fast when you have a guy that you believe in. I never seen a transaction for a backup QB move so fast like that. I never seen that. A number two, right there, overall pick. Never seen that. Right, number 3, my bad. All right. So Trey Lance, obviously, he's not going to start this year, and this year Dak's not going to get benched this year. But guess what happened? What do y'all do, Tomo? Y'all went and got Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs.
I wish we got Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore. And then on top of that, we just saw Nick Bosa get paid. So what you think Michael Parsons about to do this year? What you think he about to do this year? He trying to get that bag. So we know, David, that defense is going to show up. We know for a fact. But is that going to show up? Is he going to show up? He going to throw up? Which one he going to do? I need to know what that going to do. if the Cowboys don't get to the NFC Championship game this year, in the week, I mean, the NFC looking like LeBron James in the East all his whole career. That's how weak it's looking right now. If he don't get to the NFC Championship game, it's going to be a lot of talk in Jerry World, and Trey Lance going to get his shot. And if Trey Lance get his shot next year, it might be over for Dak as a Dallas Cowboy. And on top of that, Tomo, y'all the Cowboys, y'all America's team. Y'all gonna get the spotlight on y'all from every single show, except for R2L. Like, he had to head out. All right. Look, we know. So AJ, shout out to AJ. All right. So if Dak don't perform, bro, then it might be curtains for him in Dallas. So those are your most pressured quarterbacks in 2023.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here. Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Hold up.
We got a super chat.
All right, I got this. I'll read it. Shout out to Carlo, man. My man, Big O. Shout out to Big O. All right. 199 super chat. Superstar member, by the way. Got to get that shout out too. Hashtag Petty Joe. He love us. We here. Hey, only telling the truth. Yeah! Only telling the truth. All right. Shout out to you, Gato.
Dave, you got anything to say about this list? I know you over there laughing, man. I know you laughing because you know it's about to go. You got anything to say about this list, man?
I can't help but agree. I'm sorry. I can't help but agree. Now, the only thing I would change is I will put Tua behind Lamar Jackson.
I gotta talk about Dak more often. Look at this. All right. I'll read it. You know, it's cool. I'll read these today. Shout out to my man Donnell Blackwell on the fan. Shout out to my man Worm. All right. What's up, Big Worm? Shout out to my man Big Worm. All right. Superstar member, also the second one in history. 999 super chat. Nah, I ain't letting this go, Joe. Nobody said nothing when Jerry went and got T.O. without talking any staff members or players, and T.O. was a cancer everywhere he went. I mean, T.O. I mean, first of all, I appreciate you, Warren, for saying that. T.O. You're talking about one of the best receivers in the NFL history? We're talking about he talked to you about getting Trey Lance, who got beat by Sam Darnold. I mean, come on.
Look, yeah, It was all fun and games.
Don't change your mind, Dave. Don't change your mind, all right?
Just like in the chat. You see how quickly the table can turn? It's just like that.
Wow.
Trey Lance?
Wow. Yes, man. I knew it. I looked at the phone. I said, okay, I see where we're going with this one today. I had to hop up off the couch, man. I feel like a battle rap. He was like, man, I was laying in the bed. Smack called me. He was like, where? I said, Dak at 1. And you just named all this about Josh Allen. This is insanity. You talking about a guy who was just rated as the #1 quarterback in the league over a guy who went to the Super Bowl twice before him. Can't beat him. Still #1, but yet Dak has the most pressure. That's cool. FJA, we are here. It's cool. It's cool. Look, Josh Allen is what? 4-4 in the playoffs, right? He almost lost to the Dolphins at home. Do you remember why they drafted Josh Allen?
Mm-hmm.
For the snow game. All right, cool. Now I ain't got nothing. No, he lost to the Bengals in the snow. That's all I'm saying. Snow Angels. That's all I'm saying. Now, my list is more so. I put Josh Allen at #1. I got Dak at #2 for personal reasons. I got Lamar at 3. I got Justin Herbert at 4. I'll tell you why. And Russell Wilson at 5.
So Tua not on the list at all?
No, not for me.
Okay.
Because Tua's situation is something that we can't really control. That's like divine intervention. Like if the boy fall, that's not something true. We can control. You know
I understand that. I give you that.
That's true.
Russ' situation is. Go ahead.
My bad. Go ahead.
Russ' situation is more so the Legion of Boom. Everyone kept saying it. Can he do it without that defense? Can he do it without the run game? And now he kind of just got to prove it. Last year was insane. The one play when my man took the helmet off, was like, I was wide open. That's just some mental reasons. That's some mental things there. Sean Payton over there trying to make him a player that he's not. So if Russ can overcome that and just start winning games again, that's why he at 5. Herbert is at 4 because of where they're doing the Herbert thing. They're doing the Josh Allen thing with Herbert, where it's like he's the next GOAT. He can do it. He got the arm. Okay. He went into a playoff game. He went down to Jacksonville. He was up and then lost that game. Now you got a whole new offensive coordinator who does what? Loves to throw the football. Your defense is now healthy. They're all back. So we're going to see if you can go out and win that division. I picked y'all to win that division. I actually picked the Chargers to be number 1 in the AFC because of Herbert and Kellen Moore. The expectations are there. That's why he's at 4. Lamar is at 3 because of his playoff record. 1-3 in the playoffs, unanimous MVP. You're doing all these great things, but at the end of the day, you need to show and prove in the playoffs. I know Carl gonna come in here and start talking about how he got hurt, but look, he now has weapons. You just named all the stats about the defense earlier, Joe. There's no more excuses there. You got your money too, so there's no more excuses as far as that. So now you just need to show up in the playoff game and actually win it, because you can't keep losing to Tannehill and Henry. Like, come on now, you got to make something happen there. And your second one is quarterback. Like, there's too many stats that's on your side for you to have that type of playoff record. Number 2, same thing, playoff record. Like, come on, bro. I defend you all day, but those last to lose to the same team back to back in the same year in an almost similar fashion, can't have it, bro. Can't have it. I can talk about all your good numbers all day, but at the end of the day, when you go up against the 49ers, for some reason, there's a block. There's like a mental error there with Dak. So Dak is at number 2 for that. You have to get over that hump. Everybody wants the Cowboys to get to the NFC Championship because that's where all the jokes is at. But look, bro, just show that you can actually show up in a playoff game like you did when you played the Rams and the Seahawks, and let the defense fail you. The defense is the best thing on this team right now. So if the defense lets you down, let it be them. Don't let it be you this time. All right? Boom. Josh Allen, you can't be the greatest quarterback in the NFL and can't show up in playoff games as well. I don't care how he lost them games. He lost them, Joe. If you're the greatest, when you go up against another GOAT and that moment is there, you're supposed to step up. Your wide receiver shouldn't be on the sideline telling him, throw me the ball. He's the man for a reason. He is him. So if you in the clutch, make the play happen. You like to run too, right? So there's several ways that Josh Allen can win a football game. Why is he leading the league in turnovers? I don't know. But that's where my list is at.
Let me ask you a question. Before you go, David. The reason why I got Dak above Josh Allen, you're complaining about Josh Allen one playoff run that he played bad. When Dak Prescott had 2, Josh Allen got his bag. Dak Prescott is due for a bag. And Josh Allen didn't have a team who traded for a quarterback right before the season started for a 4th-round pick. That's the difference between these situations. So Dak is in kind of jeopardy of his job. Josh Allen is in jeopardy of losing Stephon Diggs.
That's his job.
Okay, he's still going to be the starter quarterback, and that's how I feel about Justin Herbert. He literally just got paid. Lamar is on there because we added weapons for Lamar. What weapons did you add for Justin Herbert? He got the same weapons from last year. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler. Same people. Only difference is their defense going to be healthy. But Lamar went and got Odell, Zay Flowers, Aguilar. They got all these dudes for Lamar. That's why I got Lamar in there and not Justin Herbert. And then Tua, I give you Tua. And we both agree on Russell Wilson.
Lamar's still on my list, though.
I know, but I'm telling you why I don't have Herbert. And you might say, well, you got Lamar in there because he just got his bag. But Lamar got added weapons to it also. And he never had weapons. So that was always his thing. Like, oh, Lamar got no weapons. Now he does. Herbert literally got the same offense. Only difference, he got a new offensive coordinator.
That's a different offense.
Same weapons, though. Same as that weapons. Mike Williams, who's be hurt. Keenan Allen, who missed half the year last year.
Hey, Joe, I'm going to tell you like this. There could be an old system that you don't play with, and a guy who's never had a PlayStation in his life could see that PlayStation and treat it like gold. And that's how Kellen Moore may treat them weapons. So to him, right. So those may be new weapons to them. Granted, and the chemistry is there. So it's a little that adds more pressure. Like the chemistry between the quarterback and the receivers are there. You now have an offensive coordinator who's going to throw the ball more to show you off more.
Where's the chemistry?
Between Mike Williams,
we already got?
Kellen, Keenan Allen.
yeah, but
Herbert.
Yeah, I get you that, but I don't think he top 5 in the league in pressure. Justin Herbert, if Justin Herbert do the same thing he did last year, guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna show up and say there's gonna be no added pressure to him.
I'm just going off of what the hype is. The hype is saying that he's supposed to be the next Josh in that tier with Josh Allen and them. So if they keep throwing him up in that tier, because if you look at all the top 10 quarterback lists, they have Herbert, T-Law, and then Dak somewhere in like the bottom 15. It's like, oh wow, okay, so we jumping people up over somebody that's been in the league longer, who has more longevity. Then yeah, they need pressure now.
But the hype I'm hearing, the Cowboys gonna win the Super Bowl.
Hey, that's what it is in the chat. You can't be mad at it. You can't be mad at it. It's the first time they actually had they had a defense that matches the offense. Actually, the defense is outshining the offense. That's neither here nor there. But look, your list is your list. We understand why your list is there. We got the 999. I'm just saying why Josh Allen is number 1. Y'all lucky I ain't put Hurts on there. That's all I'm saying. Because I had some things to say about him too, but I let him live. So he's number 6 on my list.
Hurts 6 over Aaron Rodgers?
I don't trust the Jets, so I don't really think there's no pressure on him. He shouldn't even be playing, honestly.
See, this is I guess this is my issue when people talk about Aaron Rodgers. Didn't he just win back-to-back regular season MVPs before last season?
Yeah.
So why would he not have pressure?
Because
he went to another team.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're expecting them to make the playoffs. Some are even crazy enough. Some people are saying that they should be Super Bowl contenders because we know how good this defense is. He brought all his weapons that he loved from Green Bay there. They're even talking about going to get one of his offensive linemen to bring them there. He should be – I'm not saying he should be top 5. It's not what I'm saying. But if this is top 5, Aaron Rodgers to me would be number 6. That's me.
I thought about Aaron Rodgers, and the reason I push back is number 1, first year. I mean, we gotta give him that first year.
It's his first year, but this is not like this is not an offense he don't know. This offense is predicated towards what he does best.
You're 100% right. All right. So still first year. All right. And number 2, he getting paid what, $50 million a year, and they looking at Aaron Rodgers like oh my God, they never seen nothing like that. So if they don't make it to the Super Bowl or they don't win, they don't do nothing, then if they miss, and then also he's in a tough division, probably one of the toughest divisions in the AFC. So if they barely miss the playoffs, as long as they look like they're progressing for next year, because he said he's gonna be here for another 2 or 3 years, I think he'll be okay. He has nothing to lose this year. Like, what would they lose if he doesn't play great? What would they lose this year?
Just another year on his age bracket. But let me also address one more thing because I know we got to get out of here. It's a little late. Dak is not playing for his job. So stop that right now. Stop that right now.
I don't know. I think he is.
Stop it right now. He got, first of all, the random occurrence. I get what y'all saying about Trey Lance. He's good. But I'm just talking about the occurrence for him to actually have to get on the field means he has to get over Cooper Rush. I have yet to hear. Hold on. Y'all saying it like it's gonna be this year. You said the pressure is more so for this year, right? Which means hold on. So which means Lance has to show us something in practice all this year, right? Then we have to go into the next year. They still believe in Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush still got one more year on his actual contract. So that means Cooper Rush will have to just flat out just fall off the face of the earth. Unless Trey Lance go in there and he just start throwing bombs left and right. Not saying that he can't. I'm just saying he's not playing for his job.
What's the reason?
This is also 60 million. There's 60 million reasons why he's not playing for his job.
Can I ask you a question? Go ahead. Why is Cooper Rush the number 2 quarterback over Trey Lance?
Right now? Just because of longevity.
Because he knows the system. That's the only reason he's number 2. The only reason. The only reason. They got nothing to do with talent or that stuff. It's because he know y'all. See, he been there for like 25 years.
That basically, you can say that though.
So next year, when the all season start, after he been in with y'all for 4 seasons, that's why he snatched him up so fast. That coming now. There's gonna be some pressure. We know that going well. If that going out the door, Cooper Rush ain't the guy. We know it's gonna be Trey Lance.
Joe, there's $60 million. There's $60 million And that's a cap hit right there.
All right, so this is where
no. So no. Now, because I'm gonna let Dave get in here on the Trey Lance situation, but the way the league and how you all talk about Dak Prescott, I almost said something I wasn't supposed to. Who in the world is going to trade for a $60 million quarterback that is Dak Prescott? At the way people look at him, you're gonna pay $60 million for Dak Prescott to be your starting quarterback.
So he got $60 million to do it on his contract next year?
Yes.
I know it's not guaranteed, but it would be dead cap. This is why dead cap, but it's not guaranteed though.
This is why either they have to do an extension or find a trade partner. If you can find a trade partner for that 60, then Trey Lance will be the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But other than that, it's not happening.
We're gonna be sorry too. That's why I say he might be playing he might be playing for what are these bad teams out here? The Buccaneers next year. Shout out to Trent.
If they want to do that, that's on them. But I'm just saying this is why the idea of that happening so quickly is so far-fetched. But go ahead. I see you rocking. Bang bang Niner gang. Take it away.
I know.
So for me, this is not even about them trading for Trey Lance. That's not where I'm coming from this. Although I want Trey to have an opportunity. I don't want him to have an opportunity with the Cowboys. I stand on that. I want him to be trash with the Cowboys. I'm sorry. I love you, Trey, but anybody but them. No. My thing is this. If they make the playoffs again and he does not at least get the NFC Championship game, I think they're going to be looking to trade him so they can draft a quarterback. That's me. I think they're going to be looking to draft someone else. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to find a way to go draft Caleb Williams next season. That's not what I'm saying. Not even Drake May. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I think they're going to find if he does not do anything well, they're going to trade him to a team that needs a quarterback that can at least get into the playoffs because they have not been there in a while. The Falcons is one of those teams. And that's where we agree, Joe. I feel like he may possibly get traded there. And they will be willing to give up a first-round pick because the last first-round pick they had that was good was Matt Ryan.
But look, the reason why go ahead, sorry.
And you gotta look at these other teams that don't have much going for them. What are the Titans gonna do? Yeah, they just drafted a quarterback, Will Levis, and they just drafted a quarterback the season before. But to me, where's that getting them? It's not getting them anywhere. Neither one of them are even starting right now. They still got Ryan Tannehill starting over both.
That's why I ain't put Ryan Tannehill on the list. I'm like, them quarterbacks ain't.
So, something may happen there.
But they're Super Bowl ready right now.
Who?
The Cowboys. They now
he started naming teams. I just wanted to make sure we was on the same page.
And I'm not trying to go and draft. I don't think they're trying to do that. They
I'll tell you this. This is the beautiful thing about just the person that I am. I'm willing to go to this fairyland that you all are in, right? Now, if the Falcons end up with the top 2 pick and they call the Dallas Cowboys, say the Dallas Cowboys don't make it to the NFC Championship game, and it's because of Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott goes into a football game and he throws 4 interceptions, and they lose because of Dak Prescott, and they like, all right, it's time to go. We got Cooper Rush, and we got Trey Lance.
You might got to exit the chat after that, man. I'm sorry.
No. Hold on. It's cool. I'm in the fairyland with y'all. Because this is the only way this man will not be on his team no more is if they lose the game because of him.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way. Okay, I hear you being funny. Josh Allen need to be on there too. But anyway, if that happens and the Falcons have the top 2 pick, they will call. And if the Falcons want to take that $60 million hit to get Dak Prescott as a Falcon, and we can get Drake May or what's the other Caleb Williams, right? What does that still mean for Trey Lance, bro?
Forget Trey Lance. My whole point is he's there for. But I don't. First of all, why would the Falcons do that? If the Falcons do that, bro, that must be Jerry Jones' son, the owner for the Falcons.
Honestly,
because why would you trade? You pick up all that big contract just to not get one of these young dudes.
I would have one of these moments, Dave. I would come on the show and say if anybody was to trade for Dak Prescott right now, not right now, after this season, if it don't go right, and they trade for him, and we got to start from scratch, I'ma still root for Dak Prescott because I want him to show y'all that he's really not that bad of a quarterback. Because if he goes somewhere else and still plays like this, then y'all gonna give him his just due. It's because he's a Dallas Cowboy that everybody's raining down on him like this, which is insane.
That's the same reason why I'm not rooting for Trey Lance, because he's a Dallas Cowboy now. So.
I mean, is it not his fault why y'all losing these playoffs?
It's not though. You only have 2 games.
That's too recent.
I mean, and then when I say something about Josh Allen, y'all just like, I mean, and then when we talk about, but look,
I just killed
Josh Allen about Josh Allen. Look, he didn't play well,
and it ain't even just him. I could say Joe Burrow. He didn't have a great playoff run, but he had. But that it's just that little silver lining. That's all I'm saying, though, Joe. You see what it came
I say about Joe Burrow.
But I'm glad you understanding where I'm coming from with this. So keep the energy across the board when it's just like, hey, bro, some of these quarterbacks don't play that good, but it's always that little moment that everybody's holding on to.
It's not what you think, Tay. It's not what you think, all right?
If you look at that list, you already know.
I know Dak ain't number 1. This is not what you think, bro. I know you see Josh Allen, Lamar.
If anything, you know what? I'm glad he showed up. If anything, I might swap my list. Herbert, you can chill. I might put Deshaun Watson at 4. Because if we thinking about it, he got so much to prove as well.
But he has a fully guaranteed contract. Let's start there.
That don't mean we're talking football right now.
And Deshaun Watson, this will be his first full season coming back. I don't think there's no pressure on him. People are not expecting him to be great this year. That's why they call him dark horse.
Look who just called. He got no one in the Super Bowl.
He think he might be doing it.
Exactly. But that's all I'm saying, though. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's always going to be pushback. We're going to be in the chats later on. We got to get out of here because we'll be on here for another 3 hours talking about how Dak should be getting some respect.
Hey, real quick, the reason why I had Tua over Lamar because Lamar is not in jeopardy of his job. Tua is. That's why Lamar is all the way in the back. That's why.
We ain't talking about that type of pressure. We ain't talking about if you're going to get cut. We just talking about pressure to actually do good next year. He talking about his spot is solidified.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. That's one reason why he's not on this list.
Yeah, but your spot could be solidified and still have pressure. Like Josh Allen's spot is solidified, but he has pressure. Lamar Jackson.
Some pressure from them owners. Like we got you just put again, and from the fans, Tay pour that pressure on that man.
Hey, the only person that's why I agree why Joe got him at number 1 is if you're talking about as far as like losing your job with the amount of pressure to win, yeah. But if we talking solidified spots, Josh 1, Dak 2. Lamar 3. That's just how I got it.
I'm with you on that because Dak probably won't need to be 3. He probably will be 3. No, Justin Herbert will go. He's my spots. Then and like in the rankings.
No, I'm talking about as far as if you don't play good this year, you're gonna lose your job on like that type of ranking.
Then Dak is number 1.
Russell Wilson should be number 1.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not. That's why I said I'm not mad at you for putting him at number 1.
And look, the reason why the reason I put Russ number 1 because his expectations aren't there. You know what I mean? Like nobody's expecting the Broncos to be great this year. That's why I didn't put Russell at number 1.
Yeah, the only thing they acknowledge in Colorado is the Buffalo.
His head coach think he should be number 1. I tell you that. Sean Payton,
Sean Payton want Taysom Hill, man. He's trying to bring Taysom Hill back.
Hey, what they said about Taysom Hill? He was going on Taysom Hill last year. All right,
all right, man. I knew you was gonna start some stuff with this one, man. I'm glad this was a late episode.
I know, right? All right, go ahead, Tom. We'll let them know about it. Hey, listen, becoming a member, man. They gotta become a member. Go ahead and talk about it, Tomo.
You definitely want to become a member now because you can add to this not so average top 5. Like if you listen to one of these tiers, of course, with the perks that come with the membership, you can click the link in the description. You can become a member today. If you don't know what that link is, like I said, it's at the bottom in the description. Hey, if you're already subscribed, you could just click the join button right next to the subscribe button. I gave you all the locations like it was a Waze. So there's no way you can say you don't know where the buttons are at. All right. So we have the 3 levels. We got the pro level at $2.99. And with that pro level, you know what you get. You get priority comments next to your name and the live comments. You also get loyalty badges as well. If you can see right here, I mean, I don't understand why they do us dirty. Like we can't see the badges, but the badges are there if you're watching on YouTube, you know, and you get to join one sports chat. Right now, NFL is jumping, MLB playoffs are jumping as well. You know, the NBA. Shout out to America's team. They just lost in the Olympics. USA champions of what? You could join one of them. You could join one of them chats. You know, you just get one. But if you want to jump on up to the All-Star level for $4.99 a month, you get the same perks from the pro level, but you also get member-only videos. The member-only exclusive content is about to go through the roof. I'm telling y'all, it's going up. It's going to be good. We got one-on-one actual debates for a weekly series going on between two rival teams. I'm not going to tell you the teams because you got to click the link to understand that. But with the All-Star level, like I said, you outside of the member only exclusive content, you get to join the multiple chats. So you get to follow the conversation wherever it goes. And we give all updates in each of the chats. So think about that. Literally every chat you in, you get a live update before your favorite apps. Right. Shout out to my man Dave. He be working, man. He be working. Hey, I'll tell you this: if we ever meet Adam Scheffner, I'm like, you ain't got nothing on my man, though. That's all I'm saying. Brought the same smart tech, and you get to request a topic or segment nominee. We just showed you the not so average top 5. You can come up here and say you got your top 5 best receivers. Ain't gonna say too much, but you know who I'm talking about. Or you can put somebody in the doghouse, or you can say you're done, son. Because most people are saying Dak might be on there the way if you don't do good this year. You don't do good, you might be done. I'm just saying. And you get to request a topic. We'll talk about it on air. But if you want to go to the superstar level, you know, you get the same perks from the all-star level and the pro level, but you get to join the R2L chat. You know, there's so many perks for being in the R2L chat. We got our own fantasy league. That's one of the perks that you get from being in the R2L chat. If you're not in the R2L chat, sorry, pay the $9.99, then you understand.
I'll let you next time.
Man.
Yeah, I'll let you next time.
And you get to be a guest on the show. So think about this. You get the same perks from the all-star level and the pro level, and you get to be on the show. So if you want a topic, you can actually come on the show, introduce your topic, and we can talk about that. Or if you want to be, or if you got a segment, you can come on the show and actually do the segment yourself. We'll introduce it, and then you take it away from there, you know? Think about that. For $9.99, you get to actually be a part of the network. Just a little bit. And you get awards and plaques to the top performers. So again, the episode that you're on, based upon the numbers that you do, you get awards. So check out that award show on the network page right now. And you get member shout outs. So we want to say shout out to all of our members. We want to say shout out to Jerry. Shout out to Big Worm, aka Donnell. We want to say shout out Dave. Shout out myself. Shout out Joe. Joe, I should have saved you for last with that list you made. Shout out to Cardo. Shout out Devon, and shout out to Coach, man. Shout out to everyone. We got a new member. I thought I seen a member come through. Oh,
Vaughn got added.
No, I was gonna say they ain't clicked the link yet, so I ain't see the new member come yet, man. Click that link, make it happen, man. And with that being said, it's time to get out of here. Let's get these last words.
Hey, can I go my last words?
Sure thing. Dave.
I was hoping I could, but Joe, I have a request for my last words, though.
Okay.
I would like for this last words to be a short, if that's okay with you.
Hey, anything's okay with me, as long as it's okay with you.
You want the screen? You want the full screen?
Yeah, give him the screen. Give him the screen. You got 1 minute. Go ahead.
I need full screen. Because this is about 2 baseball players in the major league who are no longer going to be playing for quite some time. I don't need to say your names because you know exactly what you did. You got one that actually was involved with a minor, got this minor pregnant. You are disgusting. You should never, ever in your life, ever play professional sports ever again. I don't know about anyone else, but I know my 2 guys agree with me that being a father of children, you want to make sure your children are protected at all times. That is nasty that you couldn't find someone your age or someone maybe just a little older than you, or at least close enough to you to start a family with. You decided to go mess with a 14-year-old child. You, my guy, are disgusting. There's no doghouse for you. The jail is your doghouse. That's where you belong. And there's another guy who recently just got put on he got put on leave pretty much. He got put on an administrative leave. Julio, I'm going to say your name because yours is recent. Domestic violence is serious. Now, all the information is not out there, but from what I've seen, there's some tape that says that there was some domestic violence involved with you and that the investigators actually have the tape right now. If everything comes out and this is true, and it comes out that you are beating a woman, you also deserve to be in jail for the rest of your life. Hitting someone, no matter if they're wrong or not, especially someone you're supposed to be spending the rest of your life with, even if it's just your girlfriend or your baby mother, it's not right. Either way, it's not right. What you need to do, and this is for baseball players, period, because this happens entirely too much and it's not talked about. Why are you hitting on women? What's the issue? It's not, you know what? I know what it is. Y'all probably still on steroids. That's probably what it is. You're probably still on steroids. Leave the drugs alone. Leave it alone. If you got anger issues, go see a therapist. You got something wrong, go see somebody for it. There's somebody for everyone. Go do what you need to do because having these issues is not smart. Doing these things is not smart. You need serious help. Those are my last words. I'm disgusted from you two. Continue.
That's crazy.
Man.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, I can go, Tom. It's fine.
My last words is I'm just piggybacking off of what Dave said. Because y'all know I'm the jokester. That was a serious moment, so I'm gonna let the beat build on that one. You go ahead, Joe.
All right, look. So my last word is all right. Shout out to the Commanders, prove people wrong. Shout out to my man Mark. I like the prediction. Like the bean. Hashtag swipe MVP season. Like the bean. So look. A few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, we did a poll on who's the most loyal fan, who's the most hated fan, who's the most knowledgeable fan, who's the best debater, who's the funniest, who's the most active in the chat. And Tay been hounding me down, bro, like every week. And when you gonna do it? When you gonna do it? When you gonna? I saw Tay. I said, you know what? I got it. So here are the results. All right, most loyal fan. Tay, well, I guess it is. Oh. This is good. Most loyal fan.
Mark.
Oh, I did it once, man. I was like, thought you was
Most loyal fan.
Sound ain't playing. What's going on? All right, take three.
The time like this, like, oh, what's going on? No sound. All right, look. Most loyal fan goes to.
Why is it not playing? Just go ahead, man. It's not playing. Just set us up.
Mark is the most loyal fan. He's voted the most loyal fan.
There we go. We back.
The most active in the chat goes to David.
Let him cook.
Yeah, David is voted the most active in the chat. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you wanted the updates, man. You dropped the bombs.
Yeah, you tried to. I seriously thought Teddy was gonna get voted because Teddy's always active in the chat too. All of them.
I wasn't expecting me to get
you
voted.
Be in every chat though, so I get it. Yeah, you in like every single one, and
That's
you
true.
did every topic so far except for boxing. All right.
The
most hated fan in the chat goes to. We all know. Say it's all stay on 3. 1, 2, 3. Kevo.
Easy.
Let him cook now.
Easy.
Kevo. The most knowledgeable in the chat goes to Carl. All right. The funniest. This was a close one.
Oh, this one gonna start.
We had some nominees for this one.
You about to start something here.
The funniest goes to Tomo.
Oh, word. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get money, baby.
Yeah, sorry, Tay.
Small Tech ENT. Small Tech ENT.
Tomo on that one. All right.
Hey, man,
And the last but not least, the best debater, the best debate performer goes to
AJ
2K.
that Jordan debate got him.
AJ 2K.
Word.
I mean, you call all of them, bro.
I was on a roll. The only one I didn't know was the one when I
got ain't funny. He mad.
Hate on me, bro?
That's funny.
That's crazy.
He said, "Mark, hey, look, hey, take out Snow like crazy." Nah, for real. Tell you about it down with Paulo. Nah, man, that's facts though. Tell you, y'all said something about Tay with the fans, y'all.
Hey, Tay,
I think Mark
like
but technically, it makes sense that it's Mark. Because remember, Tay went from the Commanders to the Browns.
Oh, sorry, Tay.
Remember that. So sorry, Tay. I know you. It makes sense because you're a Browns fan, but you were not always a Browns fan. So,
hey, I knew you were gonna have that. That's the same response Ty had when he low. He like, "Nah, I'm getting my award back."
All right, man. Hey, Ty wrote me privately and said when everybody started doing hashtags, Kevo sound he like, man, I thought I was gonna win the most hated, but it looked like Kevo took the cake. He like, I thought that. He was trying to be the most hated, and he felt that Kevo was gonna win. So yeah, but all right, that's all last words. That's it. All right, y'all. Great episode. That's all we got for y'all today. Get some food, get something to drink. Sunday, NFL kickoff is here. I'm excited. All of our teams play on Sunday.
And Monday, the doghouse is back.
Let's get it.
Only Carl sent me somebody. So if you have someone, you better let me know.
I mean, Coach already threw Joe out there.
No, don't throw me in there, bro. Don't throw me in there. I beg you, please. All right, y'all. So look. We got football Sunday, got them Cowboys Sunday night. We're going to be in that chat lit. You on the spotlight, Tom, you and one. All right.
Hey, right now, my boy don't lead the league in picks, so we good so far.
We got that. All right. That's all we got for y'all today. And we'll see y'all in the next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.